So welcome to the live Q&A. Tara, Mary, Dawn, and Amanda are here live, but maybe you're tuning in and watching the replay. My name is Shannon Crow. I am a mother of three, a yoga teacher, a consultant for yoga teachers, and also a trainer of yoga teachers. And I host the Connected Yoga Teacher podcast. And on January the 7th, I started doing this live Q&A where I jump on here and answer your questions all about yoga, teaching yoga, or the business of yoga. And it has been so much fun. So for right now, we're going to continue to do that. Today, we have a special guest, hopefully if all tech works, joining us from Bermuda. Samantha is the owner and founder of Just Breathe Yoga in Bermuda. And some of you have asked me, how do I teach and travel? How do I share a workshop or a training at another yoga studio? So she's going to pop on and answer some questions about that. Yay, Amanda. Amanda says that she has her grad weekend coming up of her YTT, and she'll be graduating on Sunday. Some of you will know Amanda. She came on the live Q&A and did a live podcast interview and talked about marketing and niche work. And if you're ever wondering, how can I go back and watch these? The best place until I get them somewhere, and I'm thinking maybe YouTube might be the place. The best place right now is to look on our Facebook page, The Connected Yoga Teacher. Make sure you're on the page, not in the group. Very confusing, I know. I changed the artwork so it's less confusing. And then click on videos and you'll see a whole library of our videos there. Okay, so let's get into some of our questions. Feel free to ask any questions as we go. So Dawn has a question. What is the easiest, quickest content publishing tip? This week has been so busy now I've fallen behind. Dawn, I'm not sure if you're able to chat with me live or are you at a place where you cannot? Let me know in the chat if you can chat live to me and I'll try and answer. I have a few more questions. Yes, okay, good. And I'll put my little earbuds on and we'll do this. Dawn, can you hear me now?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you. Trying to get adjusted to the time change here.
I know.
I'm not sure if you do that in Canada.
Yes, we do. Every year on the news, it's like, maybe we won't do it, but we're still doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, us too.
So tell me, your content question. Tell me what's going on with your content.
So I have created some columns on a spreadsheet that you had previously shown me and tried to get an idea of the content I want to build.
Yes.
But time has gotten away from me with so many things this week, and I feel like I haven't. So the content I've created is more articles and things like that, which is also very important. But if I only had 2 minutes to put together a quick post, would you recommend it be something more personal or a picture and even just come to my class tonight? Or what is the quickest, most effective tool that you can share?
Okay, so the big why is the first thing to look at for your content. So what would be the big why behind your content first? Like, you are creating content to fill a class or fill a workshop, or what is the major reason for you creating that content?
Yes, so it would be to fill classes.
Okay, so you want people to know about your class or the material that you cover with your class or the props that you're taking or your yoga story. So it sounds like you're asking for a Facebook post when you say you just want to create something pretty quickly.
Yes. Facebook is probably the most common of the posts that I do.
Okay.
And so
then I would ask, is your audience hanging out on Facebook?
A lot of them are, yes. And I'm just getting into the whole Instagram thing. So, and I need to ask more questions and investigate on Instagram, because I don't know if I'm liking other people's or if people, like, the whole concept just is so unfamiliar to me. So Facebook, I'm very comfortable with.
Okay. And then do you feel like your students are seeing your posts and either engaging or showing up to your class from your Facebook posts?
They are showing up to classes. I just would like to know that they're seeing the post.
Right. Are you getting engagement on those posts? Is it
On
on your
occasion,
Facebook page?
yeah, on occasion, and I have noticed it depends on what I'm posting. So over the weekend, I did a post where, I basically it was myself in a wonky handstand saying I'm not the perfect teacher. I haven't mastered my handstand yet. There's still something to be learned, no matter what. That's the shortcut version of what I'm trying to say. So, and I had a lot of people, or I shouldn't say a lot. I had quite a bit of activity on it.
Okay.
Today, I posted something about being very busy and finding your way in a yin practice to become more productive and less busy, and tied some points into that. And I haven't seen any activity on that. So, and unfortunately, I didn't have the time to spend on that content this morning. So I sat down while I was having coffee and trying to plan my day. And at that point, that's when I'm trying to develop the content, which should have been yesterday, but things
Well, it
happen. I
is.
mean, life happens.
Okay. So a few things that might help here. We started on that um, creating a spreadsheet with some topic ideas. So it's great to batch this together. So sort of when you think of these topic ideas, you're just sitting down and brainstorming. I have a few tools that may help when you're doing keyword research. I grabbed a few of those this weekend and I can get those for you. So if say it's restorative yoga, you can type that in and get a few different questions about restorative yoga and find out what people are searching for. Now that's more so if you were putting it on the searchable platform, so your website, YouTube, or Pinterest. But if you're putting it on Facebook, it's more social than searchable. So I think that's really important to know. And you want to talk about those topics with the intention of drawing people back to your classes. So I wonder if you have questions that students are asking you in class that you can answer in a Facebook post, or if you can start to tell some of your own yoga story or what you're learning about in yoga, or say share a video of a pose. And it's like a science experiment because your audience is unique to you. Your followers on Facebook, say your Facebook page, are going to be completely unique to you, and it's not going to work to look at another yoga teacher's page and say, well, that works for that teacher, so I'm going to do that on my page. But and you need to follow the analytics. So if you knew that headstand pose worked really well, you might find another way to say something like that. Like, here's a quote unquote traditional pose, and here is how I've modified it, because yoga is not about getting into a pose. I believe yoga is not about getting into a pose, but it's about modifying the pose to suit the body, or something like that. I'm making up words for your content, but does that make sense? And then the other key piece of this is to batch that time, not sitting on Facebook. So I don't know about you, but I'm easily distracted on Facebook. So if you can create a document, like maybe it's a Google Doc or a Trello list, or some people like Evernote, where that's your content place. So when an idea comes in, or say every, once a week, you're going to type a few ideas out, then all you have to do is grab it and schedule it. So you don't have to be thinking like, oh, here's the moment, I need to post something every day.
Yes. And I think that's probably where I'm coming into most of my trouble, is the fact that I don't have a designated time where I have set aside for that content customization. As things come up in my mind, I'm like, oh, let me write this down, or sticky note this, and then when it actually comes to creating it, it's like, oh my gosh, I have 20 minutes to do da 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 da. And
right.
so All right.
Let's first of all create one place where all of those content ideas will live. So it's not on like sticky note and in a book and somewhere else and somewhere else. You have one designated place. It doesn't have to be online. It can be in one notebook where it's all of your content ideas, or online if you want a quick copy and paste and be able to stick things in. That's probably the first thing. And then the other thing is that a Facebook page may not be the way to get your yoga students. I can't remember, Dawn, do you have a website?
It's still being built like a month later.
Okay.
Yes, it's still being built. And there's a landing page there, and it says to go out to Facebook or to my Gmail account. So,
Okay. Do you do Google Ads?
no, but I did see that the podcast, I think it was a podcast last week.
The live show, the live show with Helena. Yeah. So I was shocked by how Google Ads really helped her. And I would say any yoga teacher looking in their local area, that is something to really look into.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
Because that's again, it's like, how can we get found when people are searching for us? And Facebook isn't that. Facebook is great for the conversation, things that you post on your own page. Oh, I'm sorry, Dawn. I don't know if you can still hear me. It says my internet connection is unstable, and it's been doing that all day. Must be March break. All my neighbors are using the internet. What was I saying?
Thank you. Yes, that helped. Thank you.
Okay. I hope so, because I think that sometimes we're thinking we have to post to Facebook every day, but if we're not getting students from Facebook, then that's not what we want to do. Do you want me to grab those things for you while I wait for other questions of the keyword search?
That would be wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you.
Because sometimes it's the brainstorming. Okay, I'll do that. Thanks so much, Dawn.
Thank you.
How do I switch this here? Does anyone else have questions for me? You can post them in the Q&A or post them in the chat, and I am going to, in real time, sorry about that, look up this list because I think it's so helpful. If anyone else has ideas for Dawn, post it in the chat here and tell us what those ideas are. I made this Trello list, or I made this list in Trello of keyword search because I get asked this all the time. And now I just have to find it in my Trello list. Oh, goodness. Oh, Tatiana says that she uses a Facebook group. That's amazing as well. And that's so true that we get more eyes on that. So that's a great idea, a Facebook group instead of a page or in addition to your page. I would say it's always great to have that Facebook page. And yes, it's great to post regular content there, but if you're seeing more engagement in your group, go there. We see that all the time. We have way more engagement in the Connected Yoga Teacher group than we do on the page. But we do still post things there as well. Here, I found it. Let's see where it lives. Content. So let me just share this with you, and then you can see them all at once. And I am creating a new content Trello board. So this is a perfect day to show this. So maybe this will be inspiring for you, Dawn, or anyone. So this is my content, research, and ideas, and I'm sticking it all on one board because it's living on many different boards of mine all over the place. And I love how Trello lets me pick a pretty picture and then create lists. So here are the 3 keyword tools that I have found in the last couple of months that I like to use. Answer the Public, so it's answerthepublic.com, Uber Suggest, and it takes you to this neilpatel.com/Uber Suggest. But if you just put in Uber Suggest, it'll find it for you. And then also Google Trends. And these are all different websites where you can see so many different things. I would check them all out and use your keyword. And if say something like, I typed in yoga for pelvic health and I was feeling like, I don't feel like I'm getting the answers that I want. So I was doing pelvic anatomy or pelvic floor. So different keywords like that. And that will help you to come up with just a brainstorm. You just want a brain dump of ideas. Okay. Tamara, great to see you here live. Tatiana, Kim, you're here as well. Alice, I feel like I know all of your names and we're familiar with each other. So let me know if you have other questions. Mary is saying, thanks for mentioning Google Ads. I've shied away because I don't like to spend money. Maybe I'll look into it. Here's the thing, Mary, you can set up your business, first of all, like Google My Business, and you can pay. It's just, you only pay when people click on that ad, and you can shut it down as well. So you set your maximum spending limit. I think if you are in a community and you share yoga in your local community, it is really worth looking into, as well as if you teach somewhere else, like a workshop somewhere else as well. And if you need to see, you can watch Helena showed us live. She was showing us how to create that Google ad, and she walks us right through it last week. Tatiana, Facebook group, yes. Okay. Let's see, we have another Dawn's question. We have that question done. Who else has a question? Who feels like you're stuck in your yoga business? Maybe it's in creating content, maybe it's in marketing, defining your niche, specializing, getting more students. Oh, wow. I feel like I have so many podcasts that are coming out soon. Well, today's podcast with, how many people here listen to today's podcast with Abby Herman? Type a little yes or no, not yet, or where do I find that in the comments in the chat here. That is super exciting. And if you did listen to it, then you already know that Abby is giving away, and she'll be here on our live Q&A, not next week, but the week after, walking us through. So if you haven't entered to win, go to the comments in that episode and comment so you can enter to win. Did I just make that clear? Abby is giving a free content strategy session, this map it out content, in our live Q&A. So we all get to watch. It's like we all win, but one person gets to use their specific yoga offering and walk through that process with Abby. I'm in a course of hers right now, and it's fantastic for creating content. And you can hear from the podcast that she's amazing. Okay, Tamara, you haven't listened to it yet. Oh, Amanda says, can't wait to listen. Tamara, not yet. Tatiana, I want to find something new. What's hot out there online? Tell me what you mean, Tatiana. Like, hot what? Something new in terms of yoga or training or... Okay, Dawn says, I started and had to pause. Kim says, not yet. Where do I find it? So Kim, if you go to the connectedyogateacher.com/107, let me grab that link for you right now. Then that is where the show notes live for that episode. And that's also where you comment to win. And you'd have to be able to show up live here in 2 weeks to the Monday live Q&A and be okay with everyone watching Abby walk you through that. But it's an amazing opportunity because Abby is one skilled content creator and she is, yeah, she really knows her stuff. If you are getting ready to launch anything or promote anything, check that out for sure. So I will grab the link here for you. Tatiana, workshop training. So here is what I would say to you, a question I would have for you. Are you able to chat live, Tatiana? Let me know in the chat here if you're able to chat live. Because when I always know when I have questions for you, it is helpful if you can answer them and we can have a little back and forth conversation. Okay, let's see if it'll work for us. Tatiana, can you hear me? And can
Yes.
you? Oh, there you are. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So you are looking to host like a workshop or something, or you're
Not
wanting to attend
host,
something.
attend something. I like to keep going, keep learning new things. And I think like as a yoga instructor, we always have to keep up with the continuation education. Uh,
Yes.
but I know there's so many things online. Some things that it doesn't really applies to Yoga Alliance, and I want to know if there is anyone that have has had a great uh, experience online with
Okay.
anyone that offers anything online, because that's what I that way I don't have to travel anywhere and I can still find something amazing. So that's what I'm looking for. If anyone has any good I don't know.
Something for continuing education. And did you say that you
Yeah,
want it to be registered with Yoga Alliance
with
so
the
you can
Yoga
get?
Alliance.
Okay.
So we get the credits.
Okay. So I wonder if Alice, Amanda, Dawn, Kim, Mary, Samantha, Tamara, I feel like I'm getting your name right this week, Tamara, and Tara, do you know of an online training that is registered with Yoga Alliance that you would really recommend? And if so, put it in the comments here. And Tatiana, I would just say start to think about what you want to do with the training. Do you want
hmm
to, and I would pick something that really is going to fuel you and
Yes.
or your yoga business. So do you
hmm
have specific topics that you're super interested in?
I am interested in everything because I do a general yoga. I do vinyasa, but I also have so many things under my wing. I have aerial yoga, I have paddleboard yoga, I have yoga for the back. I think I started to get into yoga therapy, but it's because it's hard because we don't have anything around here, and then I would have to throw everything that I have to go to a yoga therapy.
Right.
Um, and I think there's one that it's online, but still, I think those are very long. Um, but yeah, um,
So I would also post it in the Connected Yoga Teacher Facebook group as well. And I
to see
think you're
who
really smart to
offers.
ask people
Yeah.
like, what
Mhm.
have you found is really useful?
Yeah.
Does anyone here listening live have an online training that you have taken that was registered with Yoga Alliance that was really sort of something that you would highly recommend? You know what would be so cool is if there was some place where we could go and search. I mean, Yoga Alliance does have their platform, and you can go and search their online
They
trainings and see ones that are recommended by other people as
Yeah,
well.
I mean they do, but I don't think not all of them are over there because
They're
I
not
did, yes, they're not because I did take a few that I liked and they are registered through Yoga Alliance, but they are when I was doing the search box in Yoga Alliance, it did not show.
right. So
hmm
that's a little hole in the system.
Yeah. Uh,
Trina
mhm.
Altman, Mary's saying Trina Altman. Trina is amazing. I've met Trina in person. We had her on the podcast. Catherine Bruni Young, and Jenny Rawlings. So those are all people who really focus on strength building in their practice, and they know a
Mhm.
lot about anatomy. Uh, they have online courses I suspect are great. Probably Yoga Alliance registered, focuses more yoga, strength, and movement fusion. So good. Oh, yes. Dawn is saying Yoga International. I've heard a lot of great things
Yeah.
about Yoga International as well.
Yeah, I think I took a lot of Yoga International already.
Right.
Yeah, I think I went through all those that it's really well known, and I took advantage of them. They are great. They bring great instructors, so that's awesome.
Right.
Um, But it's not too personal where you can't ask questions.
Okay. That's a great
hmm
thing as well.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because I that's what I felt like. There's a lot. That's the missing part of them.
It is. I love that you
Mhm.
just said that. Where I'm working away at updating my yoga online yoga for pelvic health training, and I want there to be a live portion to it.
Yeah. Even like a forum where it's like a place where you can go and talk
Yes.
and connect with other students, other people that took the class, and you can exchange information, because I feel like that's one of the bad things about taking online classes, is that you miss that part of learning from other students.
That's so true. You know what? Amanda and I were just chatting today. She's here on the live call about what works as an online platform. So maybe some of you know, we were talking about Teachable, Thinkific, and Member Vault in terms of things that we have taken courses on or have seen courses offered on. But the forum idea, I have been part of some groups or coaching or courses that use a forum platform, but I honestly interact more on the ones that are Facebook groups. So I guess probably because I'm on Facebook daily. Maybe that's why. So I'm curious to hear from everyone else. But good luck in looking for this. If anyone
Thank
has
you.
suggestions, they can look here, or definitely post it in our Facebook group and get really specific. Like you can say, I want it to be online. I want it to be through Yoga Alliance. Oh, hi, little puppy. And all of the things that you'd like to focus on, I'd make it really super specific. Yeah.
Thank
and
you.
then ask our group. You're welcome. Have a great day.
You too.
Thanks. Who else has questions? I know, Samantha, you're here, so I'm going to click a few things and get Samantha on here to tell us about her studio. And how can I do this? There we go. Samantha, that should, yay. It's working, I think. Hi, how are you? Can we hear you? Maybe you're muted.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Great. Hello.
Oh, yeah, we get a little tour of the studio. I'm so excited.
Yes, it's like such a beautiful day. I'm so glad I came down as well. Lovely.
Nice.
We got the water outside today. Beautiful
It started.
You'll be in less than a month.
I'll be there soon. It's snowing here today, and I just am looking at that thinking, why again? I like skiing, but do I like skiing that much?
I like liquid water better.
Yeah. So I have some questions for you that maybe our listeners have, and they will ask you. It is really pretty. I know, Amanda, you should come. You should come and come to, I was telling her this morning, come to Bermuda. So tell us, when did you open your yoga studio there in Bermuda?
So it hasn't even been open a year yet. So we actually opened with a 200-hour teacher training last end of April 28th. And we didn't start teaching classes until June. So
that's amazing.
Less than a year ago.
And so how many classes do you have there now?
Now we have about 3 a day, and then we run courses and workshops and host for trainings and retreats. So.
That's amazing. I wonder if there's anyone here. Amanda says she's looking at tickets now. Oh yeah, you were telling me about airplane tickets.
Yes, I didn't get a chance to look.
That's okay. That's okay. If anyone here knows how much
they're pretty reasonable from anywhere in Canada and the East Coast right now, because our Bermuda high season doesn't start until May. So they're pretty low. So I got a round trip ticket for another Canadian teacher recently for 500 Canadian dollars, I think it was. So
amazing.
Yeah.
The training date, it starts April the 5th, is when Mama Nurture is traveling to Bermuda. And this is the very first time that we're going to Bermuda. I'm so excited. And it goes until the 16th of April. So we're the 5th to the 16th. And we have the 13th off. And have we decided what we're possibly offering to people to be able to do? You sent me a picture of a waterfall.
Yes, there's so many things, and I can be part of that as well. We can go to Tomorrow's Jungle and go diving in caves. We can go just hang out in the natural caves. There's cave yoga, massages. You can get on a fast ferry, which is actually located right outside here. So it's walking distance from the accommodation.
That's amazing.
So there's the ferry. And you can jump on that Saturday, and it'll take you over to Hamilton or Dockyard if you're interested in history. There's the Maritime Museum. It's one of my favorite places to spend the afternoon.
I love that place. I've been there once before when I went to visit Bermuda, and it's amazing.
Was it on a cruise?
No.
Oh, okay. That's like usually that's what the cruise ship's dock is, that Dockyard.
No, I've never been on a cruise. I really like land.
Yeah.
I don't mind short boat rides, but I like to be on land. So let's chat a little bit about, well, first of all, I want to know if anyone here has questions for you. Alice, Amanda, Dawn, Kim, Mary, Tamara, Tara, Tatiana. Do any of you have questions about Bermuda, what it's like there? What if you decided to go and take a workshop or a training? How does that work, Samantha? So I know that you host another yoga teacher from Canada.
Yeah, I got in with the Canadians apparently. Yeah, we actually have another 200-hour coming up on April 28th. So that worked out nicely. And that's a Canadian teacher, Carly Stong. And she's going to be over for the month, which is very exciting. And let's see what else. We just have a few retreats scattered out throughout the year. And we're looking at a yin teacher training as well with the instructor that is coming over for the Mama Nurture training, actually.
Oh,
Sabrina.
so cool.
So, yeah. So you make all the connections. Once you come here, then you kind of just get invited to come back and teach and host your own teacher trainings and retreats. So, yeah.
That's so great. And so one thing to know in Bermuda, you need a work permit, right? Do you want to tell her?
Yeah. Oh, yes. So if you're coming in, if you're coming into Bermuda to work, you have to come through a business. So if you did come to a studio, like if you wanted to come to the studio, for instance, we have to get Shannon a work permit. The work permit that we usually get, you can be on the island for 180 days per calendar year and 30 days at a time. So it works out for teacher trainings and retreats, but then you have excuses to keep coming back.
That's right.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I did one retreat. Oh, but I can still go work there for another 80 days. So why not?
That's amazing.
And then all of the accommodations for the trainings and the retreats, as well as for teachers, they're all a walk away. I actually have a 1-bedroom connected on the other side literally on the other side of the hall, the yoga studio. And then we have a 5-bedroom.
And also I wanted to ask you, because when I was saying to you, I'm going to fly in there and I was a bit worried about the timing. Didn't you say it's like a 10-minute walk to your place from the airport?
10-minute drive. It's like we say 10 minutes, about 7-minute drive, but yeah. So, yeah, the airport is, we watch everybody usually fly in because the airport is just on the other side right there.
Right. And so then you drive.
The right side of the island.
And, oh yeah, Kim's asking, what are your upcoming retreats? Where did they find that on your website? I'll go look for that while you're chatting.
So we haven't put the retreats up yet just because I'm formulating them. I'm actually going to be hosting one with a woman from London, and that's going to be in September. It's going to be more of a goddess retreat.
Oh, nice.
And we're very excited about that. And we have the 300-hour teacher training in the works. What other retreats? Then I have 2 other people that I'm talking to that are coming in to want to actually just have us as a host for the retreat.
Nice.
So all of that will be soon, but I currently don't have the retreats on the website yet.
Okay. So I put your website link on there. People can see. As soon as I showed that to my daughter, she was like, oh my gosh, is that the place? Like just the picture of you there at the end of the dock. There was something else. Oh, can you explain to people what the bus system is like in Bermuda? Because last time I thought it was fascinating.
It is quite fascinating. I'm from California, so I had like the BART system and everything from San Francisco, but the bus system here, we have pink buses, so you can't miss them. They run about every 15 minutes. And we have these little poles. We have a pink pole to go to town, the blue pole to come to the East End, because it's really only one way. You can go both ways, one road. So we're technically on the east end of the island, and we're actually the World UNESCO World Heritage Site on our end. So we have the Heritage Center and the most history, we're the first capital. So But the bus system is just super efficient, super clean. You cannot get on without saying good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, because the bus drivers will take super offense, which I didn't understand because I came from the States where we're like, don't talk to each other. And here there's like, hello, I said good morning. Like, oh my God. But they're very kind and it's super safe. We have kids that just jump on the bus to go to the aquarium by themselves. So super safe to walk around and take the transportation system as well as the ferries.
Yeah. My friend used to work at the aquarium there, and that's when I went and we like helped her capture some dolphins for whatever they were doing. She doesn't do that anymore now. There.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The dockyard, we have like what is it called? Something Quest, Dolphin Quest.
Yep.
And you can go swimming with them, but they have a really cool program.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
so the aquarium is different.
Right. Yeah, we have like an aquarium zoo combo it's in Flats, which is about a 10-minute bus drive to get there. But the bus stops, they stop right in front of these great locations for everybody. And then we have the Crystal Caves and Fantasy Caves where you can go in and have a tour and you go across the street and have lunch at the Swizzle Inn. And it's a very easy way to get around.
So excited. So if any of our teachers watching feel like they want to reach out to you and find out how they can possibly host at your location, what do they need to do if they want to say, well, I'm looking at hosting a retreat? What are those common questions that you get, or what do they need to know?
Do they need to know? They usually ask about accommodation. So I have accommodations all figured out for how many people and how many per room because we own the building with the accommodations in, so it's quite easy. And they ask about pricing for renting the space, and if it's not during a class, which we're pretty spread out throughout the day, then it's pretty easy. They ask questions about the work permit, and yeah, a lot of them are the ones that you just asked, like how to get around and what to do when you're around here. And when they get here, they're just like, oh, this is so easy. And the big question is, well, how do I get there from the airport? Like, you're right there. We are going to watch you fly in. And I get that stress when I travel as well, right? How do you get from point A to point B after the airport? But you can't miss it. Just come into St. George's. If they drop you in the middle, you're a 5-minute walking distance from either the studio or the accommodation. So,
right. That's amazing.
But they can send me any questions. I have photos and videos, and I'm available for Skype, FaceTime, all the works.
So cool. I am so excited to bring Mama Nurture there. I know.
I'm excited. It's like the highlight of my year to take this training. I'm so excited.
I wonder, anyone watching, do any of you have questions for Samantha about what it's like to own a studio, to run a studio that hosts other people, to questions about what if I wanted to run a workshop, and it was this long or whatever, or a retreat? Ask away now while she's there.
I know. While I'm here hanging out.
Did you paint the mural behind you, or did someone else paint it?
So Sky actually painted it.
Oh wow, Sky's she's taking the training.
She's gonna be taking the training. Yeah. She painted it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it was right before we opened too. It took about a month, and just a lot of drop cloths, paint, and a projector, which I never realized how amazing a projector is for painting.
Yes, for sure.
Like, wow, that was intelligent.
Oh, here's a question from Dawn. She says, where do you start with a training abroad? Does the teacher reach out to you, or do you post that you're looking to host for a specific training?
So I haven't actually reached out yet to anybody. I've had people reach out to me, most likely. But so far the teachers, well, other than Shannon, because she's the only one I haven't met in person thus far, but majority of them I've just met while traveling, and we had a coffee and then it just happened. So you can most definitely reach out to me. I'm always open to hear any ideas and all that stuff. So, but I currently haven't reached out to anybody.
Yeah. The way it worked with you and I is maybe you joined our Facebook group and then you started posting about, I teach in Bermuda, and I was like, oh, I have a friend in Bermuda. I love Bermuda.
Yeah.
And then you were like, come visit. I was like, don't say that, or I might land on the first step.
Everybody says that. There's like, well, don't offer that if you don't mean it. I was like, I mean it. I love when people come visit because then I get to be like on vacation. I'm like, oh, husband, I have to take them to dinner at this place. Oh, we have to go here. And he's like, yeah, okay. So I get to be on vacation when people come visit and get to explore all the fun touristy things. But I love them because they're amazing. And like the natural caves are my favorites. It's just so energetically pleasing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then the way it worked, also one other small detail is that you have everything hosted on your website, like with the training. I didn't, which is new to me. We usually host it. So that was really handy. And you've taken care of the registrations and all of that conversation back.
Yeah, we make it pretty easy.
So Kim, are you asking, Kim saying, can you give a ballpark for a September retreat or cost? Do you mean to go and attend, Kim, or to host something and to rent the space? That would be my question. Do you have a retreat in September right now? To go. Kim wants to go.
Kim wants to go. Okay. Well, Kim, if I can get your email from Shannon, then I will send you the information before we put it on the website.
Yay. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Kim. Okay. She says, sure. So you can even message her through that website that I posted there, Kim.
Yeah, you can reach out to me as well. It's Sam at justbreatheyoga.bm.
And Kim, I can send you lots of pictures. Kim's from near me, so she's probably has snow at her place as well.
I was going to say you're packed with snow as well. Are you going for daily walks as well, Kim? Because I think Shannon's crazy.
I haven't, you know what? I've not been doing my daily walks as much. I did walk the bush down. We have a maple syrup bush, and so I did that for hours on the weekend. So I feel like I really packed my outside time.
You got your walking in. Yeah.
Yes. Kim, yeah, I know. I've not been walking. I've not been doing my daily outside 10-minute time. I got a little angry at the weather and hibernated some more. I know. Any other questions for Sam?
Not really the cold. Just walking here, we have on our end, like all of my favorite beaches are on our end of the island. So
how far is the beach from you, and what is the swimming like in April? That's what my daughter wants to know, who's going with us.
So Bermudians won't get in the water until May because I get in the water all the way up until like Thanksgiving of November, but everybody else swims in April, but the Bermudians won't get in until May, until it's like 80 degrees Fahrenheit or 78. So they won't get in until it's pretty warm.
So we won't have to fight to get in the water then.
No fighting. But also my favorite beach, which is also the nature reserve, Cooper's Island, it has like 4 or 5 beaches on it. So if there's any wind throughout the day, there's always one sheltered cove. So that's what's pretty cool about that place. So there's always,
and how far is that then? I feel like everything is very close.
That's on the other side over there. That's St. David's. So it's about a 7-minute drive, and there's a lighthouse over there where you can just see the entirety of the East End. It's gorgeous. And then we have Tobacco Bay. A lot of people, when they search Bermuda, it comes up with Tobacco Bay beach and bar or whatever, and that's 7 minutes from the accommodations and about 10 minutes from the studio. That's walking distance as well.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. So Dawn says, since you're managing the registration and payments, do you accept payments from different countries, or do you convert to your currency?
So I have a third-party payment system that I think it just converts it to our currency. Yeah. Which is the Bermuda dollar is 1-to-1 with the US.
Right.
Yeah.
I know I feel like Dawn's in the US. And Dawn says, and do you have a comprehensive registration form to gather participant health concerns, emergency contacts, and such?
Mm-hmm. Oh, good. Have our little survey. We usually just attach it to the page of the teacher training, like close to the terms and conditions or the retreats. Yeah.
Good question.
You can send it individually throughout an email.
Right.
Yeah.
I love it because Dawn's taking the Mama Nurture here in Ontario. And so
Oh, wow.
I know, super excited. You guys might be able to connect at some time for sure. We have a Facebook group for our Mama Nurture teachers. And I want to do one just for our 2019 Mama Nurture teachers, because I think that'd be really fun to see who's in the training and to chat back and forth, because they both start in April. So
Oh, this is true. Yeah, you wrap up one and then come straight here, right? No,
yep.
What about, yeah, the other way around.
Wrap up the Bermuda one and then start weekend one in Ontario. Yeah.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Oh yeah, I agree. Kim says that walking is her sanity besides yoga.
Yeah. Especially when it's good weather.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are like walking warriors in Canada and in the snow. I love it.
What do you think, from moving from California to moving to Bermuda, what do you think is the thing that you appreciate the most about Bermuda?
It's a really good question. When I was in California, I pushed myself work-wise until I was sick, because that's what I was surrounded by. And here it forced me to be more mindful and breathe and just focus on really what's important. Because people don't start work here until 9 o'clock in the morning. Like none of the trainings, like even yours, Shannon's like, oh yeah, we can start, nice and early. I was like, you will not get a Bermudian to sign up for that training. So I feel like, I don't want to say it's a slow pace of life, but it is slower, and you're not surrounded and you're not really bombarded by, I don't know, like maybe as many time expectations. I don't know if that makes any sense. I had the sun in California. I had the water in California, but I do appreciate being this close to it because it's really clean air. I really enjoy the clean air.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And the people are great. They're nice. Like they're really, really nice people. And if you visit, if you're here for about a week, maybe 2, then they know your name. Like you'll walk through the square here and they're like, hi, so-and-so, have a great day. How's your kid? And you just become part of the Bermudian family. So your daughter will have people saying hello to her every single day. Like, oh, is your mom in training? Is she at Just Breathe? Which a lot of people are not used to knowing a lot about, what's going on in your day-to-day life. But here, you just do. Right. So you have this support that you didn't know you needed in a way.
That sounds like a great place to go for a retreat.
Yeah.
Kim, when you find out about it, tell me about it. I'm thinking though, like, what do you think is the busiest month there to go, or what's the best month to book something, say when it's cold in Canada here or in some of the US?
So the best time to travel to Bermuda, I would say would be like mid-April. It starts to get busy in May. So we have Bermuda Day in May, and that's when the flights and the people and the cruise ships start coming is May. But from May to November, the weather is amazing. And September is quite lovely because all the kids go back to school. So for like a retreat, you get all these places back to your adult self. But yeah, the weather wise, it's gorgeous all the way up until November.
And then what about December, January, February?
December, January, February is actually one of my favorite months. It's on the colder side for us, but the sun's out every day. We go walking on the beach, by the beach. We're just not swimming. Some Canadians are swimming, but we're not swimming. But yeah, February is great. December and January, I would say, is just a slower time here, and it's like hour cold.
Right.
But not real cold.
I love it because you were chatting with me in a sweater, all bundled up at that time.
I know. And we're like, I remember. And Carly always tells me, she's like, it's not cold there. She just came to visit in February, I believe. And she's like, it is not cold here. She's walking around in a tank top. I was like, it is, I swear.
Kim's asking, what are the temperatures there in January and February?
Probably like 68.
Kim and I are jealous all of a sudden.
In this yeah, in the 60s. But it's by the water, so it's a different kind of cold. I'm gonna stick to that. It's like it's like a wet cold in a way.
Right.
But
she said that'll work.
Yeah, it's
there's sun there, Kim. That's what's going to matter.
There is Still sun. You're still getting your vitamin D. It's not too gloomy. So.
Yeah. Thank you so much for giving us a tour of your studio and your space
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
answering a pile of
The
questions.
other side. We even have a full
Oh,
kitchen.
wow.
Actually forgot to mention that for anybody who
Oh, let's
needs
see.
a kitchen for retreats. Sorry, the lights aren't on.
I love the ceiling in there.
I don't think those are all super old Bermuda cedar beams.
Wow.
So you can see the rusty nails because they used to be on ships.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite things to look at during Savasana. But we do have a nice big kitchen.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so that came in handy for the teacher trainings. We have the two bathrooms with our whichever signs on them.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Another big bathroom, our reception area.
Oh,
And we
that's
even have a treatment room. So we have massage, we have Reiki. We usually open the windows and then the water's just right outside. So it's quite calming and relaxing.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. But
Well,
thank you for letting me show it around, and hopefully we can get some people interested in coming for Mama Nurture. Amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
I
hanging out
know.
with us in Bermuda for 2 weeks. What?
I know. I know. Some people have said to me, I'm not actually sure I want to take the training. I just want to go to Bermuda. I was like, come.
Come on, nip in, nip out. It's fun.
No, it'll be really fun. Thank you so much for giving us a tour and answering the questions. And then if teachers want to reach out, then your website is here in the comments as well. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yes, thank you. Thanks, Kim. Have a great rest of your day.
And I'll see you April 4th, the day before
April 4th.
Okay. We start on the 5th. Okay. See you then.
Yes. Okay. Bye.
Bye. Any other questions, everyone? Oh, yeah. Has she guaranteed Bermuda weather for Meaford? No. And actually, Dawn, this is such a good question. Last year, at our very first weekend of Mama Nurture in April, it was the middle of April, we had a huge snowstorm. But it started out, it was like, we were teasing that it was like the 4 seasons of weather in that weekend. And so we pushed it a little bit later in April, and we're hoping that we have April, May, and June for Meaford. And no, the weather will not be like Bermuda in Meaford. I can guarantee that. Any other questions, everyone? I have 5 more minutes here. If you have other questions about anything, Mama Nurture training, Bermuda, when I'll be there, podcast, yoga teaching, when am I going? So I fly there on the 4th, and my flight was really reasonable. I want to say it was around $400 or $500. And I was looking at flights from Toronto, and they're usually around $500 or $600. Now I'm talking Canadian dollars, and I don't know what they are from the US. But I am leaving, yes, on the 4th. The training starts on the 5th. Our graduates graduate. Our Mama Nurture trainers graduate on the, our Mama Nurture grads, graduate on the 16th. And we have 1 day off. So I can definitely show you the schedule. Amanda's saying it was about $800 to $1,000 US when I looked from the middle of the US. Then my partner Sean and Sage will fly there and hang out with me partway through, so almost near the end of grad, and we're going to stay a little bit longer to hang out and stay on the island to have a bit of a holiday, and then come back. Yeah, I'm super excited about it. Any other questions, everyone? I feel like usually we do a lot of business questions. Today, I'm curious to hear if any of you are thinking about reaching out to Sam about hosting a retreat or a workshop there. Amanda, when I was looking at this, you and I were talking about doing like a retreat for yoga teachers and talking to them about business. And let's look at Bermuda as the place when it's cold and snowy here. Drinking water out of a jar. My kids always tease me. I just feel like it's the perfect size and I can put a lid on it. Any other questions? Anything holding any of you back? Is there anything at your yoga business where you feel like you are struggling to find an answer for something, or how's everyone doing? How many of you here also have a website? And if you do, can you post a website link in the comments? That would be great as well. I will wait for that for a moment. There was something else I wanted to show you. Oh, I guess it was the information on Mama Nurture Bermuda. I will grab the link for that for you. So I posted Sam's website, and then I'll find our Bermuda information specifically so that you can see the schedule if you're interested in how that works. If any of you have questions, you know that I'm always open to share how a training works and the behind the scenes of it. Tamara, you're working on a website. Good stuff. If you have questions, let me know. I've got a couple of minutes here. Amanda says, I'd do that in a heartbeat. Who would come to Bermuda to learn about the business of yoga? And Dawn is saying, yes, teacher retreat. A teacher retreat. I'm curious, Dawn, would you want to learn, or do you just want to do yoga and rest and rejuvenate, or a little bit of both? Do you want to learn about the business of yoga, or is it like, let's do yoga and have a relaxing time? Dawn, thanks for the hour of your expertise, Shannon. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you, Dawn. Same to you. Let's do it all. I know. I feel like there's such an opportunity to share so much. This is one thing. If any of you are thinking of offerings for yoga teachers, you know, Tatiana was just asking for online courses. If you think of something, reach out to her and let her know. But it is something that we feel like we're always, you know, producing the offering. And here we are, a group of teachers saying, like, let's find something. Let's find this offering that suits and fits. A little learning and a lot of sun. I am in for that. WestJet from $479. Ooh, Kim, that is looking really good. That might be a better deal right now than my flight was. I'm excited. That's $479 Canadian, which is like $2 US. I'm just kidding. But it's a lot less right now. Now I know that it's probably not cheaper to drive to Toronto and then fly out. But okay, everyone. It's $3. That's $3. Don't trust me on that. Make sure you go and check the exchange on that. So let me share this with you in case you have any other questions. And before I get ready to sign off, this is the poster. So it's April 5th to the 16th, 2019 in Bermuda. And we have the registration form. And then step 2 is the paid deposit online. And that goes to Samantha's website. And so then there are the prices, Bermudian dollars, the dates, and the schedule. I feel like I just joined my own video. I'm not sure, everyone, what I've done, but we'll hope for the best here. Did I jump out and in here for a moment? Okay, there we go. I know, I was gone. I think I just closed it. Like, there, I'll close that and go get something. there's the episode where I talk about niching down and what's happening with Mama Nurture, how things are changing in that as well. How many are registered for Bermuda, Dawn? I know that we at least have 4 spots open for that. And I know that Sam is the one to ask for sure. And that it also, she's doing a little dance with accommodations because they have an Airbnb and they look after the accommodations. So I know she was doing a little dance with that, but there are some spots. There are 4 spots open. Yeah, this is great, all of you. Thank you so much for being here today. And it was just so fun to hang out. And I'm here next Monday. And then, as I said, Abby Herman is here the following Monday. And that is a really great one to tune into as well. So take care, enjoy your week, and stay connected. Bye, everyone.